Okay, next topic is margin of safety. Also an interesting concept. Now, if you just remember from the previous discussion, we said that our break-even point was 100 units. We said that, if we could sell 100 units, we would do break-even, which means that no profit, no loss. Now, the question is that, do you really wish to do break even? Break even is not something which is we really are looking at. This is the minimum requirement because break even means I don't make any profit. I mean, you don't do business for just doing break even. Break even means no profit, no loss. So this is not a profitable situation, but this is the minimum requirement we have. So what we are looking at, actually, we want to sell units more than break even point. Probably we want to sell 200 units or maybe 150 units. So if I sell 150 units, 100 units will be there to cover my fixed cost, and the remaining 50 units, they will give me some additional profits. So we always look at or plan or budget at selling the units which are more than the break-even point. So if you sell 90 units, you are actually into loss. If you sell 90 units, you are into loss because 100 units was the break-even point. The concept of margin of safety is that this is the percentage, or it could be expressed in terms of number of units, before which you start going into losses. For example, if my break-even point is 100 and I budget or I budget. Let's so because I'm making a plan, so I budget to sell 120 units. So if my sales, they drop down by 21 units, I go into loss. If my sales, they drop by 20 units, I'm still not making any loss. For example, our sales team or sales manager comes up and says, you know what, you gave me a target to sell 120 units. I can only sell 115. So when he says me 115, I have in my mind 100 break even. I say, okay, fine. I know that I am not going to make as much profit as I wanted to, but still I will be making profit from 15 units and I will not be in loss. A week later, he comes back again and he says, you know what, the market is getting very tough and I don't think I can sell 100 units. I can only sell 115 units. I can only sell 110 units. So I'm not very happy with him, but still I know that I'm not into loss. A week later, he comes in and says, you know what, I can only sell 90 units. So if he comes up with 90 units, then I will send him back in probably not in a very good mood. Because I know that if he is going down 100, I'm going to make a loss. So my margin of safety here was actually 20 units. The margin of safety here was actually 20 units, my budgeted sales and my break-even point, the difference between them. Now, the question is that if I put 20 units, so it looks like a 20% margin of safety, let's suppose, for a simple, it's not 20%, but let's suppose 20%, 100 and 120, the difference is 20. So businesses, they plan to have a bigger margin of safety so that when the sales team, they come up and they say we cannot achieve the budgeted sales, 5%, 10%, we still will be making profit. If you set your margin of safety very little, you only set a margin of safety of 5%, it means that if your sales estimate or if your actual sales, they drop by more than 5%, you will be in loss. So when you put a margin of safety of only 5%, so it's a cushion. Margin of safety is a cushion. So you are only putting a cushion of 5%. And if a little bit something happens in the market and your sales, they go down maybe 10% as against your expectation, you will be in loss. So we want to put a bigger margin of safety. Okay. So this is the concept of margin of safety. Margin of safety is that safety cushion which prevents you from going into losses. So we say that the margin of safety is a measure of the amount by which sales must fall before we start making losses. And margin of safety can be expressed in terms of units, or it could be expressed in terms of dollar value. For example, my break-even point was 100, my budgeted sales were 120, and 20 units is my margin of safety. I can express it in units. And if you remember from previous example, we said that one unit we used to sell for $50. So 20 multiplied by $50, that makes me $1,000. So I can express my margin of safety in terms of dollars as well. And then I can express it in terms of percentage. I will give you the formula. So we can express margin of safety in units, in dollars, or in percentages. So a loss is made if sales volume is less than the break-even point. Yes, if your break-even point is 100, you make $90 unit sale, you will be making a loss. Margin of safety is budgeted sales minus break-even sales, 120 minus 100, which I told you before. The formula for percentage is budgeted sales minus break-even sale. So budgeted sales were 120 minus the break-even sales, which were 100, and divided by budgeted sales. So it gives me 20 over 120. And that's why previously I said that it was not 20%, because if you divide it with 100 break-even sales, then it would be 20%. Here it is 20 divided by 120. Your margin of safety is only 16%. So 16% is the cushion with me. So if my sales manager comes in and says that and tells me that he cannot achieve the goals or sales targets, probably I say, by how much percentage are you going to miss? And he says, I would miss by 5%. I say, okay, no problem, because I know I've got 16% cushion. But if he comes in and says that I'm going to miss my target by 20%, I'll say, go out. Okay, so margin of safety can be expressed in terms of percentage as well. Then we have another concept which is called target profit. Target profit is that so far that you want to sell, you must sell 100 units in order to do break even. In order to do break even, you must sell 100 units. Okay, this is what we have learned so far in this class. Now, the question is that this is not something which I want. 100 unit does not give me anything. With 100 unit, I just pay my expenses, I give my salary. So everybody takes their money and I have zero, because no profit, no loss. I, being the owner, do not get anything. Staff will get their salaries. The owner of the office will get their rent. If I've rented the premises, I pay rent, I pay electricity, I pay to everyone. So everyone is happy. I've got nothing. So I also have something in my mind that I also need this much of profit. Maybe I need $5,000. Maybe I need $3,000. This is what I, have a target for me. So then how many units should I sell to achieve that target? Now the question is that 100 units are only for break even. But if I want $3,000 for myself as well, then how many units should I sell? So the formula here is fixed cost plus target profit divided by unit contribution. It's the same formula for break-even point. For break-even point, if you remember, it was fixed cost and it was total fixed cost divided by unit contribution, which means contribution per unit. This was the formula. You only added the target profit. Like before, for break-even point, we said my fixed cost were 1,500 divided by my contribution per unit was 15. And you said 15 divided by 1,500, 100 units I must sell to do break even. Now I say add the profit, which I need $3,000 for me. So now it becomes 4,500 divided by 15, and it gives me 300. So it means that if I sell 300 units, I will pay my fixed cost, etc. plus $3,000 I will also take. If I really want to make 3,000 for myself, I should be selling 300 units, because the first 100 units will do the break even, and the next 200 units multiplied by 15 each unit, 3,000 I will make, and $15 I multiply here, and 1,500 I pay for my fixed cost. So I do break even here, and this is the money which I take with myself. So two straightforward, simple topics concepts we understood from here. One was margin of safety and the other one is target profit.